What's going on, everyone? How you all doing? I have some injury updates. Yankees supposed to have a game today, but the rain threw a wrench in the plan. They have postponed the game, so I wanted to come on live for just like a 30 minutes or so and just kind of talk about some injury updates with Clarke Schmidt. He threw a live bullpen session today, and he felt good about it. He was talking to Meredith. He was talking to, Chris Kirshner was there. And it's some positive news with Clarke Schmidt. Some big news. I mean, he's close, everyone. And he's a pretty big, important piece to the remainder of this season for the Yankees, in my opinion. The way that Marcus Strowman and Nestor Cortez has been pitching of late, not really up to their standards. And, come playoff time, I don't think either of those two are going to be even in the realm of things. Potentially, if Clarke Schmidt comes back how I think he is, and it might be Clarke Schmidt joining this team for this rotation and not Nestor or Strowman. But let's bring up the tweet real quick. This is from Meredith Marakovitz. This is what Clarke Schmidt said. He felt great, pleasantly surprised by his command. Today was a very big step. I'm feeling good physically. And he threw 20 pitches, and he's expected to throw another 20 on Saturday, or another live bullpen on Saturday. But, of course, the weather has to be, we got to track the weather, because right now in the Bronx is pretty nasty weather for not only today, but for almost the rest of the week. So, what's up, Jose? Thanks for the update. Can't wait for him to come back. Me neither, man. I'll bring up some stats, too, because Clarke Schmidt, before he got injured, he was having a career year, and he could be a very big piece to this puzzle for the Yankees. What's up, Robert? Daniel Berry Sports Highlights Lore. Good to see you guys. Yep. Game's postponed. They're going to have a doubleheader tomorrow. Doubleheader starting at 4 o'clock tomorrow, but the rain is going to be worse tomorrow. So I don't know what the heck's going to happen. What's up, Cody? Yeah, the Yankees were supposed to play at 7 today, but it got postponed, so doubleheader tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, this is big news for Clarke Schmidt. I thought he could be back later this month, so that could be still in play, but maybe not until early September. Which let me bring up another update too. But this is Max Goodman right here. His update. He felt amazing as he gets closer to return. He said the plan is to build him up as a starter, but he's open to coming back in any role if the Yankees need him in the pen. That was another thing. Like, he could be back in the pen. I don't know if they should even. I want your guys' opinion on it. Like, do you think Cortez or Strowman could even come out of the pen? Like, both of those guys. I mean, I know Cortez started in the pen, but Strowman, I don't think he's a bullpen guy. So I think the fact that Clarke Schmidt, they're trying to build him up as a starter is big news. He says, I know a Chicago White Sox fan. Can you cover the game? Heck no. I'm not watching the Chicago White Sox, bro. They're on a 20 game, or what, 21 game losing streak now. What up, Daryl? Great news on Clarke Schmidt's progress, because we sure do miss him or need him in the starting rotation. Yeah, dude, like I was saying, like Strowman and Cortez they've been really bad of late, man. Really bad of late. And before Schmidt got injured, he was having a career year. What's up, Theo? What's up, Andrew? So let me bring up his stats real quick before Schmidt got hurt. Oh, the hand of luck. Hopefully Schmidt gets some luck on his side and comes back. But this is his numbers right here, guys. He was having a career year. A small sample size, of course, because of the injury. 11 games, 2.52 ERA, 60.2 innings of work, 67 strikeouts with a 114 whip. The strikeout rate, though, 27% strikeout rate and a league average 8% walk rate. Man, I hope he's going to be, of course, we don't really know how he's going to be coming back. Is it going to be some rust? Probably, but we'll see. Cortez, maybe not Strowman. He's too oriented by the routine. Yeah, exactly. I don't think Strowman would even be willing to come out of the bullpen, honestly. I think he would be kind of an ego. That would be like an ego hit for him. We sure do need him for the push. Clarke Schmidt is a starter, which can help out after not getting Jack Flaherty. Yeah, I think that's what they were banking on too. Come on, man, get down. They were banking on Clarke Schmidt coming back, so Flaherty was a piece that they wanted. The reports were saying, "Oh, the medicals kind of scared them away," but Brian Cashman kind of debunked those reports. But the fact that we got this guy, in the wings, hopefully, is pretty big news. What up, Wayne J? It's awesome news that Schmidt is progressing well. He looms large in our continued success. He does, man. He was like, out of everybody, he was kind of like the shocking one out of everybody in the pen. Well, other than Heel, of course, but I mean, the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. He was having a career year. Sad that it sucks that he got hurt. It was kind of like out of nowhere too. He got hurt, and I mean, it came out of left field. Honestly, like look at the month of May for him. Only a 182 ERA, 5 starts. He had 33 strikeouts, 7 walks. That's some really good numbers, and that's when he just went down. And it sucked. You take away the month of March, his 1 star. The first start of the season for him. His ERA is just phenomenal since then. Remember, Strowman didn't want to even start opening day. It wasn't enough days. Yeah, I remember that. I remember. Hopefully we can get him back before the playoffs. He should be back before the playoffs, no doubt about it. He should be back before the playoffs. I'm still going to guess probably. So Clarke Schmidt says, I want to be able to start games in September and start playoff games. That's where I can help this team the most. So he's eyeballing September, a September comeback. And I can bring up some footage from his live bullpen here in a second. I'm trying to find another quote from what he was talking about earlier in the interview. But he went against John Berti today, and Trevino was actually catching as well. So Trevino slowly progressing too. So here we go. Let me bring this up real quick. Some pitches from his bullpen earlier today. Let's see. He was putting it right on the corners. Let's see what I got right here. Let's go, Schmidt. Whew. Okay. But the fact that he felt good after the outing is big news, because it's all about how you rehab. It's all about how your arm, feels after throwing, especially if you haven't thrown in a while. Yeah, Efros is in the minors, and from last I heard, he was kind of struggling down there. Be nice if Efros can rehab before the end of August. I thought he was. Yeah, he's in the minors right now, if I'm not mistaken. He's still rehabbing. Let's see. Let me bring up it. Let me look. I'm looking up Efros right now. So he has 15. He has 17 innings pitched in the minors with a 4.58 ERA. So the numbers don't really say he's all the way back, but let me see here. So yeah, he's in AAA. He has a 5.52 ERA in AAA. So his numbers aren't looking too good right now. But Efros is one of the guys that we could get back to. Hopefully he pitches better. Is Dominguez and Berti being called up? Not Dominguez. No news, man. Just him playing right now. I haven't heard anything about him getting called up. I mean, I would love Dominguez up here, but I think right now for Jason Dominguez is unless the injury happens, I don't see him being called up. Maybe August 31st. I heard like the 31st. You have to if he's not up by the 31st, if I'm not mistaken, he can't be in the postseason. But yeah, give him time. There's no rush on Jason Dominguez. There's no rush at all. I mean, I would love to see him up here. He's a freaking beast. He's a great player, but yeah, the rain is everywhere right now. The rain is everywhere. So is Dominguez and Berti being called up? So Berti's still progressing too. Hold on, I got an update on Berti too. Let me bring it up real quick. Berti was taking some swings today, and he was Clarke Schmidt was pitching to John Berti, but he wants to be up to full speed. They're thinking he could go up to Tampa next week to continue doing baseball activities. But it sucks, man, because Berti had that setback and he had a PRP injection. What up, Herbert? Yeah, that's true. That's true about the draft pick. I'm thinking that Dominguez comes up during the days of Verdugo or the last days of Verdugo. I just think we won't see Dominguez unless an injury happens in the outfield. Could be wrong, but it just we might not see Dominguez until next year, guys. We'll see. But like I said, Stanton, I want to bring up Strowman real quick because this guy, I don't know what happened to Strowman. I really don't. Like, I'm going to bring up his splits real quick. So here. This guy kind of concerns me for the postseason. So Strowman splits after May, just going downhill. 5.13 ERA, 5.50 ERA. The August, only one start, but he got killed. So post All-Star break, 3 starts with a 9.53 ERA. This is kind of the story of his career. He pitches really good in the beginning half of the season, but then the second half rolls around, and that's when his performance starts dropping off a cliff. That's what happened. Yes, last season, I know he dealt with some injuries with that hip, but he was in line to potentially be a Cy Young with the Cubs. But I can't trust a guy like this in the postseason. I'd much rather have Clarke Schmidt instead. And of course, Cortez is another name that I can look up Cortez real quick and see compared to his stats real quick. This is Cortez's splits. Post All-Star, 8.16 ERA. And I mean, that's 3 starts. Month of July was a month to forget for Nestor Cortez with a 6.93 ERA, 1.58 WHIP. It's just like that's scary, man. That's scary. It was awful. It was terrible, that last outing by Strowman. What up, Jacob Atruzzi? Simba's great, man. He doesn't like the postponements, neither do I. But he's feeling good. He's tired. Does Simba eat more during double headers? No. He just sleeps more. Strowman's performance has been dreadful in the second. It has. It really has been. And a guy like you can't give a guy like that the ball in the postseason and expect to feel comfortable with yourself. So that's why Clarke Schmidt is one of the biggest X factors, in my opinion, to rejoin the team and hopefully help this team go on a World Series run. The rain is everywhere for sure, Max. Even severe thunderstorms and hail here. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, it's supposed to be raining here every day this week. And like I said, the Yankees game was postponed tonight. I don't know how they're going to be playing tomorrow because tomorrow's weather is not looking that promising either. You can't trade him. You can't trade anybody now, John. Trade deadline's done. Trade deadline is done. So Rizzo is doing well. Still no timetable for him. This is from Chris Kirshner on Twitter. John Bertie is getting close to running full speed. That is the biggest thing. Is he wants to be running full speed before he starts doing any rehab games. But yeah, it says right here, Clarke Schmidt hasn't pitched since May 26th. So coming up on 3 months now. And hey, he would be a big add to this rotation. Let's see. Just looking at his pitches this season, the sweeper was working really well. His cutter, it just sucks. The guy had a 2.52 ERA and 11 starts, and then he gets hurt. So I definitely think it's a big deal to try to get him back in September, get him more starts, so that way come playoff time, he's not still kind of, ramping up his arm. He'll be ready to go. It's going to be an interesting doubleheader. So right now, for the doubleheader, it's going to be Heel taking the ball game 1, and then Will Warren is going to be pitching game 2. The rules in MLB is you can bring up an extra guy for a doubleheader. So they brought up Will Warren to be that spot start, as you will. So that's the pitchers right now for tomorrow's games. But it all depends on the weather, sadly. It sucks. That's one thing that sucks about baseball. Hope the White Sox win before they see the Yankees, because one of these days there'll be a win or two, and I don't want it to be. Yeah, for real, Val. I don't think anybody wants to lose to the White Sox right now. Hopefully Stanton remains injury-free going forward. He's starting to hit and should be getting some homers on the horizon. Can't wait to see Stanton crush his first home run back. I really can't. He's due for one. But maybe this little couple of days off will help him too, because they were still ramping Stanton back because he had no rehab games. So you got to be careful with Big G at this point. It would look weird if they had a dome, man. They had a dome on Yankee Stadium. It would look weird. People are upset on Twitter and stuff. They're like, "Oh, they should have built a retractable roof, in 2009." It does suck that weather comes into play, but I think baseball deserves it. You got to play baseball outside, man. And then but if they I was looking at the weather in the Bronx, and not only tomorrow, but it's Thursday and it's Friday as well. Sunday, it looks like it's clear, but weather is going to be a very big factor this week. Yeah, no dome. No dome. Let's see. Hold on. I'm trying to bring up Chris Kirshner's tweet earlier. So I'll bring this back up so we can have it on the screen. But that's basically the big update right here. Yeah. I think doesn't the Rangers have a retractable roof as well, if I'm not mistaken. So Clarke Schmidt will throw another live bullpen on Saturday. He threw 20, felt great. After Saturday, Schmidt said they will decide whether or not to start a rehab assignment or do another live bullpen. So after Saturday's, session, it's going to be a big update for Clarke Schmidt on how his arm is going to feel after the next time he throws. I think personally, if he throws, Saturday and 2 days later his arm feels good, I think they'll probably throw him in a rehab assignment. But it's all gonna depend on how his arm feels after that that session on Saturday. But yeah, like I said, guys, I just wanted to pop on live for a little bit, just hang out with you guys, kind of show my face. Sadly, the game was postponed, so wanted to pop in and give you guys an update on Schmidt, and hopefully for right now, there's games tomorrow. I'm calling both the games, but we'll keep an eye out on the radar. I'm about to head out of here, though, guys. So thanks for popping in. Thanks for hanging out. And I will see you all tomorrow if we have some games. Y'all are the best. Peace out, guys.